Well, congratulations, Marty, on your induction
you.
into the Neenah High School Hall of Fame.
Thank you.
And thanks for the opportunity to interview you here today. From our previous conversations, I know you really thought and think that high school years are very important in formation of young adults and then later on in their professional lives. And you relayed some instances of that with your experience at Neenah High School. Can you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. That's absolutely accurate. It's funny because as you go through high school, you're taking it day by day and you realize what it is and doing your best to learn. But then as you become a parent and you're actually very focused on sort of those high school years, it looks so very different, and you reflect back and realize how key those years really were. And frankly, the studies now show that your 4 high school years are your most formative years of your lifetime. And I think I can definitely say that was true of my 4 years at Neenah High School, whether I realized it in the moment or not. The teachers I had, the experiences, extracurriculars, the volunteer kinds of student leadership opportunities we had were absolutely sort of the key to where I went from there, how I decided to do things going forward from there. So yeah, I stand by that research from people much smarter than I am, I'm sure, that definitely conclude that those 4 years are key.
And I know you said you had certain teachers that were really impactful for you. You want to mention a few of those?
Yeah, I'd love to. So I guess we'll start with Mr. Cunard, Carlton Cunard, who was an English teacher at the time. He gosh, talk about opening your eyes to a whole nother way of looking at literature and frankly vocabulary as well, I guess. We have to look at it that way. But truly opened our eyes tremendously. See, Mrs. Kinnaman was phenomenal. She came in, I think I had her first year that she was at Neenah High School, and she came in with an energy and a passion for French that just couldn't be replaced. And then I had Mike Schulke as a swimming coach, and he had such an incredible impact on what I did every day after school. So I think those are the 3. If you said to me in a second flat, which 3 teachers really had an impact for you, those are the 3.
So for most of us, when we leave high school, we have a path in mind, a journey in mind, and a destination in mind. I know that was the case for you, but it didn't always turn out like for most of us, like you thought it would.
Yeah, that's absolutely the case. I think I should have listened to Dad a little bit more, who sort of the entire time was saying, hey, just go with it, sort of pay attention to doing things well, pay attention to really learning and understanding and looking around you. But I really thought I was going sort of a radio, TV, film, reporting direction, which I definitely pursued for a while. And then when I was I swam for a while, and I lived in London for a while and worked with CNN there, and then I came back to the United States and I worked for WBAY-TV while I was going to St. Norbert College. And at WBAY-TV, our station manager, when I was getting done, he looked at me and he said, hey, I'd offer you a job, but I really think you should go on and do more school. And I had mentioned to him that I was thinking about grad school, I was thinking about law school, and all joking aside, he really sort of gave me that push to do something different. And so I thought I was on a path like this, he very, very clearly was sort of that additional nudge and push to keep going. And he said, you can always come back and do this again. You can always, have a show that involves law, be a legal consultant, and I thought, okay, that makes sense, we'll see. And so, veered off the law school direction. Then I thought I'd practice law for, in a law firm for my career. And I went from doing that to being a professor at the law school to being here now for the past 17 and a half years. So, it's all about exactly what Mom and Dad said, which is sort of do your best at all times and you never know what's going to take you.
So you're in the professional sports world.
Indeed.
Very unique. One of 30 positions such as yours in the world. What does that look like on a daily basis in a minute or 2?
It's funny, I'm our Senior Vice President General Counsel, so I emphasize the word general and general counsel because it absolutely involves a little bit of everything. There's no typical day, which is one of the things that suits my personality very well, Gary, but right now we're in this incredibly exciting time looking toward playoffs, which unfortunately will take me away from the gala, but I do everything from sort of player contracts to figuring out whether the sausage costumes look exactly right, making sure they're not too short and they're the exact right colors, to sort of your standard contractual work, to overseeing HR and IT as well. So there's no typical day, you name it, under that umbrella of general. My team and I, we cover a lot of bases, and we're here, no pun intended, and we're here, we're in Arizona, we are in the Dominican, and we're in Carolina as well. So there's a lot to it, and it's a ton of fun. It really is.
And during it all, you raised 4 boys?
We raised 4 boys. I will not, I would be absolutely remiss not to use we in that context. But yes, my husband and I have 4 sons, 4 amazing kiddos. They are 19, 18, 16, and 13. They're phenomenal, but needless to say, it's sort of having 4 sons that love sports and love baseball definitely works well for a working mom who is, works at a baseball stadium.
And they grew up at the ballpark, as you?
They literally grew up at the ballpark, Gary. I mean, they literally grew up here. I have to remind them from time to time that, they don't actually, it's not exactly home away from home, but yep, I've been here since each of them was born, and so they know their way around. They know how precious certain things are, don't touch the field, and don't, all the rules, but they love it here. They love the people here. They respect the sport. I think they see it through very different lenses when they understand a lot of the inner workings or the things they hear me talk about at home, but ultimately that profound respect for professional sports and what is really involved is something that we love that they've gotten to see firsthand.
In your time at Marquette, and then subsequently you've had a chance to interact with younger folks, high school kids, college kids, and you've shared some of your experiences with them, and also some perhaps words of wisdom, some direction. Any of that you could share with some of the kids that are in attendance here at the banquet today?
Yeah, it's probably my favorite thing I do is talk to. There's such great energy from students who are in high school, college, grad school, and beyond, and their questions are so phenomenal, always, because you can relate to this, but we see things, right, when we're living them in a certain way, and from the outside, the questions are often fantastic. But, I always start with the basics. Be kind. In everything you do, be kind. And people look at me like, what does that have to do with professional advice? That is such a key to professionalism, such a key to success. So we start with the be kind, and we move on to work hard. Everything you do, work hard, pay attention, and work hard. There's nothing that comes across your desk, across your computer, that can't make a difference in some way. So pay attention to it, keep working hard. But then I sort of beyond that, especially with the last decade being the way it is with the economy and then COVID and so many of these things that none of us could have expected, I remind students all, take a breath. Take a breath. It's going to be okay. Often the type of people I'm talking to are very, this, then this, then this, which is admittedly how I was. Just relax a little bit and realize that you can think outside the box. And what you may end up doing may be a job that doesn't even exist today. It may be something you never considered. I literally never once considered, never once, until the job was offered to me, literally. I never once considered working in professional sports. I thought, I'm a sports fanatic, but I didn't see myself there. Now I can't see myself without it. So, be kind, work hard at all times. It will come back. It will all turn out just perfectly fine. And that's so easy for me to say, but it really is real. And so often, if you just sit back and keep doing those things, you will start to see so much more clearly what you really ought to be doing, what you were intended to do.
And kind of in conclusion here, I think we all recognize that no one is a success on their own. No one gets to where they are in life by themselves. Is there anyone else you'd like to mention or thank for their inspiration, support throughout the years?
Yeah, it's funny. I think my list is maybe longer than others. It took a lot to get me so in one piece wherever I was going. But I would have to start with my mom and dad. I don't know that there's really words to ever thank, and especially now that I'm parents, I just look back and, high school wasn't always easy for me, and they were unfailingly there, scooting me ahead, propping me up, keeping me going, encouraging me, and I had 3 younger siblings as well, and they did a phenomenal job. So mom and dad, thank you. My siblings, of course, I've got 3 siblings as well, Brian, Jana, and Carly, just sort of my best friends to this day, so thank you. My amazing husband, Andy, our 4 boys. I've got 3 living at home right now, 1's gone, so 4 boys. And the people I work with here every day, I think going forward, I always look to them for that sort of support and for the learning. I mean, the guys that are in this room, I've learned a ton from, right? The guys who are everywhere I go in this building, I learn so much from, whether it's, Mark, our owner, Rick, my boss, but, the folks around here that give a young woman an opportunity in professional sports to do and be something and grow in the way that Mark and Rick have. I owe them a big thank you, and I have learned a tremendous amount from them. So I think that's sort of the icing on the cake for me professionally.
Well, thank you. Once again, congratulations on behalf of the committee. I can say that we're really honored to have you as part of the Hall of Fame, hoping you can visit.
Yes, I'm so sorry I can't be there. So thank you. I'm so sorry, but I'm also so thrilled that I can't be there, and because hopefully the team will be winning and we'll give everybody a source of entertainment for the weekend in addition to homecoming.
And you'll get one of those World Series rings.
Well, make me knock on wood, Gary.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.